Holy shit, we got a big announcement for Rumble tonight. Holy fuck, how did I almost forget to do this part?
Gooning on Rumble, Gooning why, Gooning why, Gooning on Rumble.
Did you guys hear the amazing Rumble-related news? I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood, but I'm working on something right now through, let's just say, established back channels. I've been working through back channels to get a lot of things for me for fucking once. Because I've spent a lot of time getting my fucking shit pushed in and not fighting back, and not getting my YouTube channel back, not getting fucking ROTC monetized, and issues that I've had with Rumble that I've alluded to in the past. This creates chaos at a time. Because you can work through my back channel. I mean, a lot of girls don't like me working through their back channel, but, you know, we can start with your front channel and, you know, we'll see where it goes. We'll see how drunk we are. Some of the things I've been working on privately, I think some people are going to be, I don't know. I think some people are going to view it as controversial. You may be seeing strange bedfellows in the future. You may eventually... That's all I'm going to say. Strange bedfellows. And some real Arab enemy and my enemy is my friend shit going on right now. And you guys know me. This isn't some like I'm gonna melt down and like, you know me. I'm not internet trauma guy. This isn't like fucking kill stream style. This isn't like I'm doing some shit that's gonna fucking create the content. No, I'm saying that I'm working right now with some folks, and I'm taking back some shit that should have been mine a long time ago. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'm rectifying wrongs, and I'm things are in the works right now in so many different ways, because I'm done fucking around with people. I do not have a lot of time left on this planet. I mean, like it's almost like if you played a game of chess where you were allowed to make 3 moves before the next guy. I made quite a few moves in the last week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, actually going back a month. And I'm done getting smacked around by people. That's all I'm going to say. And if any people in the future start to see any of these strange bedfellows, if you start seeing me giving props to people you never thought you'd see me give props to, all I can tell you is that if we get to the point where I'm giving them props, it's going to be because they're helping me get my goals met. No, fuck it. You know what? I forgot. I have to go war mode. I'm working on some things. I'm not going to lie, man. I don't even know if I have the stomach for the things that I'm preparing myself for anymore. Like, I don't know if I have this in me anymore. But then again, I know I ain't got much time left in this world. It's going to be a weird year. I'm going to tell you this right now. 2025 is going to be a weird year for Mersh. Again, I can't talk about some of the things I'm working on, but I can just say this. In the last 2 weeks, I've made some very serious decisions that, like Frozen just said, you lost the fire in the belly. The problem is that I made some decisions. They're already made. Things are signed. Things are in the motions that I'm gonna have to get the fire back in the belly if I'm gonna do this, because it's what I'm doing is mean. What I'm doing would be mean and opportunistic and shitty, but I'm totally in the right about. But it's like so many years of like considering other things. Like, what about how does that affect them? And how does that up and like how does that make me a bad guy? And I gotta go back to being a fucking bad guy for a while. I think even some of you guys this year are gonna start thinking that I might be a bad guy. And I don't know what to fucking tell you. But maybe the bad guy's gotta come back. Conspiracy Extremist bought 2 coffee says, my guest for Mersh's new project is starting a network with Nick Fuentes, Stu Peters, Candace Owens, and Sank Younger to talk environmental policy. Cheers, brother. That would be fun. I would get behind that. No, it's not. It's my shit is going to be, again, man, it's going to end up, it's going to be divisive, but it's all I can say. I've been kind of annoyed sitting back, pretending like my enemies are just my friends and that they're good guys. Like when people go out of their way to fuck me and they're supposed to be my boy or it's supposed to be cool. And then, well, I don't know what happened, but geez, seems like that guy wasn't my boy. And then all of a sudden when it comes time to knock them on their back like in Gladiator and fucking give him a finishing blow, I'm supposed to feel bad because, oh no, that guy, well, what about his future? What about him? He's a friend. You fucked me. I got a chance to fuck you back. And I've spent too much of my life not fucking people back because it's too complicated. I'm done. I got a few years left. I want to spend it doing what I like to do. And maybe you don't like what I like to do, but I like to drink and gamble and fuck and travel and get back as much out of this world that not only I didn't get growing up, but my mom didn't get in all the years she spent fucking raising kids and doing everything the fucking system told her to do. And then when she finally got a little piece of retirement in her old age, all of a sudden just fucking, oh, by the way, you got cancer, you're dead. Fuck that. I'm not going to go out like that. People are going to be a little shocked when they see what I've lined up, but sometimes it needs to be done. I guess the magic's back. It's time to make things spicy. And by the way, guys, I promise you, I'm going to make things very spicy. I'm just saying. Again, I'm being very, very coy. I have to be coy right now, but I can promise you something that it's gonna get spicy. I promise you this. I really genuinely feel like fucking Vince Clortho walking around going, oh, the ghosts are back. I guess we can start just throwing fucking hand grenades at everything. I have set things into motion that I need full-blown chaos for this to work. The chaos magic needs to be very strong in the world for what I've set into motion needs to happen. Clickety clickety clack. Yes, sir, Mr. Homo Trollus, right away. Clickety clickety click.
Let's effing go!
Watch PodAWFUL. Watch your show.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to PodAWFUL. I'm your host, Jesse P.S. Female cop, gun drawn. Doggo doesn't die. PodAWFUL.shop. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. We are live, as we are usually Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Time over at PodAWFUL.tv. A little different day here. Nothing to worry about. We had to wait a day because this episode is truly the most craziest, most insanest episode ever! Hi, chat. We got a chat room going on. Welcome, everybody. Cold slaw? Oh, cold slaw open. Yeah, tink, tink, tink. This is the craziest. Get that goo flowing. The goo is flowing, ladies and gentlemen. We're flowing. This is going to be a good one. Except for Mersh. Because for Mersh, it's going to be a very, very bad one. Now, after that opening, you're probably wondering, who is Mersh's strange bedfellow? Other than Royce, other than a rented baby, other than Royce's wife. Anyway, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to reveal it. Here's the thing. There's been a lot of speculation lately. A lot of people have come under the assumption that Mersh is suing Rumble. Let's take a look at this video right here and find out if that's true or not.
Sorry, I didn't even check my email. I forgot I have to fucking meet an attorney soon. I finally found a goddamn attorney to consult with about the unpleasantness that I talked about. So I just remembered I was supposed to call that guy today. I have to have my little consultation. All right, so let's get some animal videos.
Speaking of goo, Mersh's mouth, everyone.
Let's start off with a little whimsy tonight. How about a skateboarding cat?
Okay, sure. So, some people start off their shows like that. Other people start them off with dramatic retellings from Mersh. Now, somebody in the chat earlier was asking, when was that clip you just played from at the beginning of the show? That was from a few months ago. And I've been sitting on it for a while because I've known what's going on behind the scenes for a while. I've been teasing all of this since Mersh Week. And I told you guys, I know something. I know something you don't know. I'm aware of secret stuff. I have irons in the fire. I know Mersh's strange bedfellows. Now, I told you guys back then, I said, there's one problem. I want to tell everybody what's going on. I want this out there. The problem is, okay, let me answer this question first. Is Mersh suing Rumble? Yes, he is trying to sue Rumble, okay? So that's out of the way. That's official. Mersh is sitting there with a flop sweat panic going on. His disgusting, greased up final tendril hanging on for dear life of hair is going. I have it. I'm doing my hand against my forehead as if it's that far forward, but truly Mersh's hairline at this point is some sort of war of attrition. His hat is really doing all the heavy lifting when it comes to keeping his hair on his head. Mersh is watching this right now. And by the way, Steel Toe is watching this right now.
I don't think Patrick wants Jesse PS smoke. Jesse's a fucking weirdo. PODAWFUL made me do it.
Yes, I did. What did I make him do? I made him join the Pizza Fund. That's right.
I got excited, very excited to see all of this.
Aaron Imholt officially in the Pizza Fund. He has joined the pantheon of internet characters who are in the Pizza Fund. It's Aaron Imholt. It's Keemstar. It's Frank Hassel. It's Royce, by the way. Mersh's own strange bedfellow Royce has been a pizza funder before. Andy Worski, through Kyler, was a pizza funder. So Aaron is now in the Pizza Fund. Aaron is asking me before the show, who is Mersh's strange bedfellow? I said, tune in tonight. You'll see. If you want to know early, call into the show. I'll tell you early. You're going to find out. Listen, I'm going to tell you who it is, okay? But I told you guys this months ago during Mersh Week. I said, we can't do this episode until Mersh is high up. He's riding high. He's feeling good. We want him to feel like he's on top of the world. Because otherwise, this is, number one, a very risky and dangerous episode to do. You know, Mersh has been streaming every single day for the past 2 months. Every day. The money is not coming in like it once was.
Owns to make us feel good.
He is dying right now.
I know I'm fat. I know I'm a drunk. And I know I'm retarded.
Now, we've got a guy, by the way, doing the math on Mersh and finding out how much he's making just in Nightwave alone, just in Donos alone, when he's shaking his E-Waitress Hooters titties. He's doing the same thing as Aaron Imholt, the most pathetic begathon of all time. Thank you, though, by the way. Thank you, Aaron, for begging for money to then give to me through the pizza fund. That is truly...
Jesse made a good point tonight, and I hate to say... Oh, it pains me to admit it. But when you're right, you're right.
When you're right, you're right. And joining the pizza fund is the right move. Thank you, Aaron. So... when he's begging out there, you got to think he's not doing too well. But this guy, he's been writing down the amounts of money Mersh has been making every episode. It's not good. It's not good for a 40-something-year-old man. But considering the fact that Mersh is not a man, he is a cat mom, he's a wine aunt, he's a spinster and a caller. He's not a man because he has no responsibilities to this earth. He doesn't have a real job. Like if his job dries up tomorrow, nothing of value is lost, obviously. Nobody's watching anymore. He has banned and run off even his own his top supporters. Jim N-Word, who has been his moderator for years and stuff, he's been banned from chat permanently. The only guy he's got left is the one still kicking in $15, and that's Zen Rhino. And even Zen Rhino is no longer kicking in $15. Even he has had enough. He said, no more, Mersh. I can't do this anymore. So Mersh is in a really destitute place, apparently, because he's streaming. His whole thing used to be, I don't work on weekend. Hey, do you mind if I slurp a cigarette for a second? I'll work weekend, okay? Look, I got a 9 to 5. I'm doing 25 hours of content every week. I don't work on weekend. And now he's desperately gaming. He's VR chatting with children, hoping to God someone will give him money for the world's worst streams. And everybody, including myself, the PODAWFUL cult, we keep telling Mersh, if you want to make more money, here's an option. Do a good show. And he goes, no, thank you. And I'm not kidding. We tune into Nightwave sometimes just as a curiosity. He's a curio inside our cabinet of wonders. And we'll tune in. And he is... it's worse than skateboarding cat videos. You might as well be just playing Icon Has Cheeseburger. That would be a better stream. You'd probably get more donations at that point. Mersh is sitting there wetly smoking while watching other people's comedy content at this point. He's not making with the funny over top of these videos. He's just watching them and laughing with you. Give me money for that. Now, the sad thing is, he has enough SSI, mental patients in his audience that are willing to scan a QR code with their phone on their laptop, and they do kick in every once in a while. Cash App Gang's not around so much, according to Mersh, but he is making a little bit of money, but he's got no wife, he's got no kids, he's got no responsibilities now that his car is fully paid off. That one was kind of forced upon him. Who cares? You don't get to steal another cat from the gas station? Wah. So, if your cats die, that's a boon to society. Sorry, but we don't need Mersh any more toxoplasmoided than he currently is. Now, I have a theory, by the way. Mersh, I don't know if you know this, friend of the show, Milo Yiannopoulos. We love Milo, another pizza funder. He's a pizza funder. He buys the merch. He loves PODAWFUL. We love Milo. Milo, I hate to say a bad thing about a kitty cat because Milo lost his cat recently. His cat, I think his name is Troy. He showed him on PODAWFUL. And Milo is desperate to get this cat back. I feel my heart's broken for him. Even though I'm not a cat guy, it's very sad. And I'm wishing him well and I'm sharing and hoping somebody finds him. And apparently people are spotting this cat everywhere. I hate to say it was too hard for me to tell Milo this directly so I almost hate to say this at all, but I have a theory. My conspiracy theory is Mersh stole the cat. You know, the cat went missing right after appearing on PodAWFUL. We know Mersh is watching. So I do think Mersh stole the cat. I do think he is holding it for ransom because he needs the money that badly at this point. Now, he makes money off of Nightwave too, but things haven't been going well ever since the Rumble contract expired. Okay? So why is he suing Rumble? Well, let's delve into the mind of Mersh and see if we can figure this out for ourselves.
This is one of the, we were like, you have lightning in a bottle with us.
Now, this is from 5 months ago, by the way. This video, thank you to Night Live Radio for clipping this. This is from October of last year. And if you've been keeping up with your Mersh calendars the way I do, mine's more of a cork board with yarn. But if you've been writing all this down, jotting this in your field notes, you know that back in October is when the real troubles started to happen for Mersh. Now, he's been claiming recently that what's really brought him down, the reason he's so desperate, and none of this, by the way, is stopping his gambling habit, but the reason he's so desperate is because his sister died. His sister died in September. And the car, we know that the car payments stopped before the sister died. Here's what you don't know, and you won't find out from this video from October. The Rumble worry started before his sister died. He's lying about this. This is classic Mersh moves. He's trying to invent a Mersh list, which is, of course, one item, a lie, and then no more items. Not a list. That's one thing. You have a datum, not data. You have a datum. And so Mersh has been lying about this, but he thought back in October that he could convince Rumble that they are worth keeping on, that their contract was too good not to renew.
This is one of the, we were like, you have lightning in a bottle with us.
Yeah. This is, nobody's ever done anything like Revenge of the Sis. It's a brand new Fleckus Talks. Oh, there's 1,000 other conservative grifter shows that actually already are on Rumble as well, by the way, and do the exact same thing. Also, wasn't there a big radio show that you guys kind of took a lot of inspiration from?
Lightning in a bottle with us. There hasn't since Opie and Anthony or any of these radio shows.
Right. Yeah. What's that, by the way? What's radio?
There's never been a where you have the two guys that are fighting management.
It's never existed.
I'm like, if you bring...
By the way, that's every single guy that does this sort of thing on YouTube, but go ahead.
That to a new...
Hey, it's a scary time to be a comedian.
The two guys that are fighting management.
By the way, it's been a scary time to be a comedian on the internet since, when was it? 2018 when they put that tweet out?
I'm like...
Here's a link to my GoFundMe.
If you bring that to a new generation, people will eat it up. Rumble had an opportunity from day one to be like, Mersh and Royce, they're gonna be the ones always making a problem. Management's gonna have to call. Like, that would have been a funny gimmick.
You do know that in the history of those radio shows where that happens, Howard Stern, Opie and Anthony, the management still didn't think those people were worth it. You can't plan this. Hey, management, let us on because we make your life difficult for you. I don't know. Listen, I hate to spoil this for you. I don't know if you remember how the Anthony Cumia story ended. But Opie and Anthony, he got fired. There is no more Opie and Anthony. By the way, that wasn't even the first time they got fired, right? Isn't it a thing where they made so much trouble for their network that they were off the air for months? They had no show. They had to start doing a show on another channel or something?
To have a bit of, you know what I mean?
No.
A give and take, a little bit of a fucking push and pull, a little bit of a fucking beef with management.
It's everything Rumble could want out of signing a contract with a drunkard. Constantly spill our business, constantly admit live on air that not only do we not pay out to creators, but also that the views are fake.
We even told Chris it'd be funny. It'd be funny if like we went off on some shit one day and then you came on and like
You do that every day. They hate you now. And guess what happened? This is crazy. You're not going to believe it, but they didn't get their contract renewed.
we're trying to like talk us down and be nice, and then like we're just being like that would have been funny. You guys could have really made.
Mersh has the upper body of a quadriplegic. He also has the lower body of a quadriplegic.
Some money off that.
He also has the upper head of a quadriplegic, and that quadriplegic's name is Quadfather.
But instead, they just took everything we did personal from day one.
There you go. Thank you. Again. Wait, is there more? Oh, no, that might be a little bit of music. Thank you again to Nightlife Radio for clipping that. So 5 months ago, Mersh was feeling himself on this. Now, what was going on behind the scenes where now, and again, it's 100% confirmed that I'm going to prove it to you, that Mersh for months now has not just been thinking about trying to sue Rumble, he is attempting to prepare a team. He's assembling a legal team for this. With what money? Poor people money. And I don't just mean, of course, his fans' money. He gets enough poor people money as it is. What is the number one thing that a poor guy does when he's at his very last breath when it comes to his wallet? The last gasp of air, when he opens it up and dust flies out, moths and bats come out. That's the sound of Mersh's Velcro wallet, by the way. Look, do you guys do layaway for cigarettes? I'm gonna need about $2 on pump 6. So what does a guy do when he's that poor? He starts suing. He becomes a vexatious litigant. He finds any excuse. Who is Mersh's strange bedfellow? How do I know this stuff? I'll show you in just a second. Take a look at this real quick.
About what I say and how I say what I'm about to say. So, like I said, I'm going to be very careful about
my bad
what I say and how I say it, at least for now.
By the way, this is the actual sound of his show. Like all these listen, I'm having a nuclear meltdown listening to this. I don't know if it even comes through. You know, I've got all of this audio equipment and this noise suppression and stuff where I'm not sure you guys are hearing what I'm hearing. The final product might not be coming through to you here. There is an amount of R2-D2 in the background of Mersh's stream here where Disney has a real chance at a copyright claim on this video.
But you guys at least deserve to know at least a little bit of what's going on. And that is, and trust me, I can't talk about it now, but I will be talking. We have less than a month before I can really start to talk about my frustrations at Rumble.
How about instead of trying to sue the company, by the way, the only platform that will have you, you are on Rumble saying this. It says Rumble Studio in the corner of his screen while he says this. Take that little bit of pittance you've got and throw it into, I don't know, a compressor, a limiter, something. By the way, these are things that come free inside of OBS, the program you're using to stream this right now.
I don't really want to get into the specifics until things are sorted out. But I got one of the most.
Again, this is 5 months ago. 5 months ago when Mersh thinks that they are hot shit when they don't know that the contract is not going to be renewed yet. He's still thinking this stuff. Even before the contract, something very, very bad happened behind the scenes. And by the way, I'll go ahead and spoil it for you. It's something so bad that Royce wants no part of this. Mersh is going out on his own against his own partner's wishes from his A show on Rumble. On Rumble! Royce is furious that Mersh is doing this. Okay? Because the organ grinder can't keep his monkey on a tight leash. And by the way, another thing, you know, that video where Mersh says, I'm talking to attorneys, this means it's officially happening. The wheels are finally in motion here. Whatever happened, I thought they had a lawyer. Doesn't Revenge of the Sis have its own lawyer? Aren't you an S Corp now? You had an LLC and now it's an S Corp. We've got a lawyer. Mersh threatened to do a lawsuit against me 2 years ago because they have a lawyer. I wonder why the ROTC lawyer is not allowed to be involved in this.
Raging and infuriating emails I have received.
You don't get it, Royce. The Queen has been disrespected. I must find myself an attorney post haste.
Since the 2 years we started on Rumble. And I'm not going to get into it now. I don't want to, let's just put it this way. Things were being said behind the scenes about me.
Right. By the way, things are being said about you in front of the scenes. We do it all the time. There's an entire Reddit dedicated to saying things about you in front of the scenes. I'm not even positive that Rumble has the care about you, the delicacy, or the tact to talk about you only behind the scenes. It wouldn't shock me to go to rumble.com and see as the front page splash video live, it's Chris and all of the Rumble tards who run Rumble doing a live stream. The title of that stream is Mersh is gay and fat. He sucks. He has no shoulders. I would absolutely, it wouldn't even make me flinch if I saw that happening. Of course, that would require me to go to rumble.com, a thing no actual human being has ever done.
Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to do that. Whoops. I accidentally pinned the retarded bot comment instead of banning the bot.
It's not a bot. So what does he mean a bot? There's bots in the Rumble chat? Yeah, that's all the viewers. The guy he's talking about was a troll. Somebody's making fun of Mersh and he pinned their comment calling him ugly and gay.
Let's just say that there were some back and forths on issues between us and Rumble.
Right.
And let's just say that things were said in a very...
How do I say this? Hurt my feelings-y way.
Shitty things were said about me and conveyed to Royce, let's say.
What did they say? That your hands are gay?
And because those shitty things were said and conveyed, let's just say Royce and I have been stressed out.
Girl Scouts honor.
This deal coming up. We're probably not going to get renewed. I mean, we got the YouTube back.
Which nobody watches. They need Rumble.
Which is fine. So we've been trying to focus on the positive.
For instance, their HIV.
And then some folks got in Royce's ear and basically implied that I am persona non grata at Rumble, which is fine. But
they put all their eggs in the Rumble basket, and Mersh managed to fuck up so hard that Rumble's like, Royce, you're cool. Mersh, you suck. They prefer Virgie over Mersh. That's a status that at me as a man, if that happened to me, I would have to instantly Mersh's sister my life.
Professional boundaries were pressed past in a way. Things were said
Oh,
about
cool. They gave you press passes and a fish lunch?
me that added to our stress. That literally had me and Royce arguing with each other, right?
Literally? Who wrote about it?
And I got an email today that I'm just going to say for now is fucking infuriating. My anger level at Rumble is usually here.
Right. Where's it now? Slightly higher up?
We're up here now.
No, that's the highest he can raise his arm, by the way, until the flesh sleeve envelops his shoulder, what's left of his shoulder. And by the way, a lot of you guys make fun of Mersh for his shoulders, and that is inappropriate because I don't know if you know this, but he had them blown off in the great meme wars of 2016.
And I swear to Christ.
He's a veteran, and we salute him for his service.
I swear to Christ that within the next 30 days, one of two things is going to happen.
I'm going to cope and I'm going to seethe.
I'm going to cope and seethe. We're going to have another Rumble deal. And old Mersh is going to be a good boy.
Don't you love when you're watching these clips and you know it's just the build-up? It's fun, right? We're just sitting on top. You all know the other shoe, it's about to drop.
We all get what we want. The other option is tea. We're going to have a fucking Boston tea party up in this bitch. And I'm reading everything.
Okay, so of course, Mersh using woman language, he's going to spill the tea. So that's on the table then. The tea is set. We're having a tea party. You want a tea party? You're invited, okay? You're invited to the tea party. In fact, everyone here is invited to the tea party, Mersh, because we are going to go into the pizza fund and I'm going to reveal everything. I have Mersh's leaked emails about his lawsuit, and I'm going to read every little bit of it. You want to know what the things they were saying about Mersh and telling Royce behind his back were? You want to know what he wants to sue Rumble over? You want to know what's about to become the biggest failed instantly lawsuit in the universe is PODAWFUL.pizza.
Support the show. Join the Pizza Fund. PODAWFUL.pizza.
Pizza.
PODAWFUL.pizza.
And I see in the chat already, they're, oh, gay, you're going to the pay cells are freaking out. I already told you, I'm going to tell you. This is the difference of PodAwful. As much as you pay cells whine that I ask for money for my job, you know, I don't go to the gay sex factory and knock the dildo out of your mouth. So don't come here and knock the dildo out of mine. I'm not asking for anything here, okay? You're going to find out the basics. I'm even going to give you some of the leaks free. You know why? It ain't for the guy who can't afford, by the way, $12. You need to get off the internet. PODAWFUL.pizza, $12 level. Get instant access to this full episode and all of our banned content, archived content, and primo content. PODAWFUL.pizza. I'm going to give it out for free anyway. I'm going to give the basics out for free anyway. You are too poor if you can't afford $12 for literally all of my content to be online. You shouldn't know what a fucking Mersh is. Get a job. $12 sounds like a lot to you? You should be in Mersh's chat room that he's hiding from screen and replacing with a QR code begging you for his money. So I'm going to put it out there, but it's not for you. It's for Mersh. I want him to know I'm not bluffing. I want him to know how stupid he is. I want him to know just how bad his OPSEC is. Okay, Mersh loves pretending he's got good OPSEC and he knows how to handle the internet. Mersh pulled one of the stupidest moves I've ever seen. It's so obvious. If you haven't already guessed exactly how this is going down, how I have these leaks, I don't know how that's possible. It is so glaringly bad a move, what Mersh has done, that my jaw was on the floor. So I want you to see it. I want you to know. I'm going to tell you who Mersh's strange bedfellow is, and I'm even going to show you some of the leaks before we go into the pizza fund, because I am the greatest guy. You're welcome.
PODAWFUL one. PODAWFUL one.
So I don't want to hear any complaints about this. I'm already giving you an hour of free content off of my paywall episode. You're welcome. But before I tell you this stuff, I do have to reset the scene here a little bit. And by the way, join the Pizza Fund now, because once we start switching over to the paywall episode, like, the website's going to go down. Every single time we go to the Pizza Fund now, the website crashes. We've had so many people signing up lately. The website will crash. Just do it now, okay? Just start trying to reload now so that we can all go watch it in peace, please. All right. So, and by the way, nice. We lost about 50 people who thought, oh, that's it. It's over. Good. They don't get to know. Good. Good. I love that. I love it when they get antsy. They open up their wallet and it goes, Mersh. And they tune out because they couldn't get it for free. So let's reset here. Let's take a look at this. Queen Mersh folds like a cheap lawn chair from Nightlife Radio. This is from today, I think. Today or yesterday. Mersh, where is he at with Rumble right now? Now, we know he is actively pursuing SUING Rumble. Listen to this. Listen to how hard he goes after Rumble here.
Knobs Dog said, at least Mersh isn't being gay with the premium bullshit. I've never broadcasted on premium.
Speaking of paywalls, so Rumble has their own paywall system called Premium. Mersh, he needs to be a man of the poor people. I don't broadcast on Premium, he says. And the reason for that is, of course, because he has nothing premium to offer. He's watching Whistling Diesel here, okay? This is just another guy's video. That's just another guy's content. He's not adding anything. It's not like he went out and drove a Cybertruck off of a cliff to see what would happen as well, and now he's comparing. He's just going to sit there and smoke with you. He's showing you a 13-year-old's YouTube feed right now.
Who are you talking about? Who's doing premium? Daywave and Sulk. Oh, well, I mean, I think, honestly, to be fair, Royce is just playing replays from this week on premium.
Boy, thank God I signed up. Imagine if I said, yeah, join the Pizza Fund. It's this episode right now, but again, it's what you're seeing right now and also from earlier in the week, but later.
You're not missing anything.
No shit. I love that. So he's now undercutting his own business partner who is pissed at him right now. I've seen a lot of people saying, are Royce and Mersh on the outs? There's all this tension in the air around them. The tension's real. You were reading that situation correctly. Royce is pissed with Mersh.
Like, I saw Royce's thing. It says, like, best of Daywave for this week. So he's just playing best of clips.
So don't sign up for his premium. It fucking blows. Premium's gay.
Because in the Rumble Creator Program, you have to stream for like 5 hours to premium.
Imagine being Disney adult Royce and hearing this. Just the absolute panic that's going over his face. The anime, purple coloring that's going across his face right underneath his bagging, sagging eyeballs.
Every month, or they won't pay you. So, I don't think John or Royce are like withholding anything behind a paywall. I think they're just trying to get their required 5 hours. The reason you don't see me doing premium,
It's just crap. They're just trying to cheat the system and do crap. Give them money for it.
is because I'm not signing up for the Rumble Creator Program because I'm not like, what are we doing here?
Mersh, the Rumble Creator Program is $10. Mersh is at a point as a 43-year-old man where he can't afford $10.
Hey, I got your coleslaw here.
I'm not paying them $10 a month. I'm just not doing that.
Because he can't. What are you telling the attorneys, by the he must be contacting every attorney going, listen, you want to do some pro bono? And then he goes, emphasis on the bone.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to join it. But yeah, I really don't care to join it. I'm not giving Rumble money. Besides, I already got into it with fucking Chris today.
Solo Blue says, I've been calling them Moist and Rush. It's so hard not to, when you start to refer to both of them, not to say Moist. You know, as moist as Mersh's mouth is and as moist as Royce's Twitter feed is, one day we'll do an episode explaining that. One day we will do the episode. It's coming. It's coming very soon. The Royce episode is around the corner. We're about to do the Royce episode, I promise. It's very hard not to call these guys moist. So he's getting into it with the CEO of Rumble. Still, this is yesterday.
It's because all of us are paying the fucking $10 a month to have premium. Okay?
What a mark.
We're holding this motherfucker up.
It's coming out of your check, you fucking mark. Look at that guy. What a mark. You fucking mark.
You paid the 10. I didn't.
I can't afford it. Mersh and the guys in chat, you're the same guy. You know? What? Money? I don't think so.
I can tell you the exact number of dollars Chris Pavlovsky's going to get from me. Fucking zero. I paid for Rumble Premium, and now I'm not getting they're not going to pay me money for the creator program. I don't understand it, but I sucked your dick so good, Chris. I sucked Rumble's dick. Did I not suck Mario and Claudio's dicks enough?
Every one of these, it's not even just Mersh, fucking Dick Masterson, all of these guys, they're constantly just dreaming about people sucking dick, they're sucking dick. Everyone else is sucking their dick. They're imagining other guys sucking other guys' dicks. This is like the 90% of the content on Nightwave Radio, The Dick Show, Biggest Problem in the Universe, Nick Ricada. All these dudes, they're just constantly imagining cocks. And,
I suck fucking cock all the time.
sorry, that is our good friend Aaron Imholt, who is a pizza funder. But
Did I not suck Rick Rack's dick enough? Boo-hoo.
1 week later.
okay, so I lied. That was not yesterday. That was a week ago. This is yesterday.
Fucked up. I fucked up. I should have joined the Rumble Creator Program. I bit the bullet. I'm now paying for Rumble Premium. I have to get in this fucking creator program. They're paying money.
Royce, can I have $10, please?
They're paying some pretty righteous bucks. If I knew how much they were going to pay, I would have actually tried to join the program.
Let's see how long this one lasts. Are they going to be able to afford to pay you while being sued by you, by the way?
Yeah, I'm now a Rumble Premium member. I will now start streaming Rumble Premium for a few hours just to get paid. I need to make money somehow. Hopefully I can get in the creator program. Until then, I very much appreciate each and every one of you if you donate to this fine program. If you're watching the replay, I would love if you would donate to this fine program. You can go to revengeofthesis.com/Nightwave or Nightwave Radio on Cash App. We still got to make some money. I got to get Gene Bean's plane ticket this week.
This is another thing. He accidentally... So they thought they were doing a big show in Vegas. These guys can't stay out of Vegas. I don't know. They must... I don't know if Andy Worski whispered something to him about this or what is going on, you know? And by the way, you want Worski with you when you're in Vegas. If you get tired, you want your hips moved, he's got you fucking covered. But shout out to Andy, by the way, for helping to share this episode. I don't know what it is about Vegas with these guys. He's always in Vegas. Wasn't Mersh week enough? You almost lost your car over going to Vegas. Like, that is how it happened legitimately. They were going to try to do a show in Vegas, and then their money guy, an accountant or a lawyer or somebody called him up and went, "Hey, this is bad news, guys. Cancel the show in Vegas. It turns out you have no viewers, and nobody would ever pay for that, ever. Nobody knows who you are or cares." And I don't know if you know this, but Vegas costs money to go to. Everything's on fire! And so they canceled the show, but they went, "Oh no, we already bought our Spirit Airlines tickets. They won't refund them. We can't afford not to go." And in this time where they were planning the show, Mersh offered to buy Gino Bisconti a ticket to Vegas to perform in the show. And so he, Gino, I guess, was going to, rather than get paid, because Mersh doesn't pay anybody. He didn't pay Ethan Ralph for the Tampa Road Rage show. He can't afford to pay him. So we'll just comp your ticket out to Vegas. We'll get you on the airplane. Gino can't afford it. Mersh can't afford it. Royce refuses to ask his dad for a second ticket to Vegas after he's already done it twice this year. So now Mersh is in a real bind because he's promised Gino that Gino can go. He wants very badly to get in with Gino. He thinks this is like his ticket to ride. And so he now is asking his audience to give him money so he can afford to buy a plane ticket for another man.
I'm a killer gorilla.
That's money you should just have, by the way. That's not money your audience... Why should your audience even pay for that? They don't get to see a show! These guys refuse to go live. They refuse to create content anytime they're in Vegas because they know they're not creating content for Revenge of the Sis. They're creating content for PODAWFUL. Thank you, Royce. Thank you, Royce. Guam. Oh. So what incentive does your audience have to give you money for this? And of course, the only reason he wants it to happen is he thinks Gino Bisconti is a level above him. That's how broke Mersh is as a man. Okay? What Red Bar called him flat broke Gino. Gino Bisconti is known as flat broke Gino. What does that make Mersh? Do they even have a term for less than flat? It's like a negative parabola broke Mersh. It doesn't really roll off the tongue. We've got better nicknames, Hollywood, Spinster. But we're going to need something for this.
So help a brother out. Head on over, revengeofthesis.com/Nightwave and give me your goddamn money. Hi.
Yeah, okay, good. So give him your money so he can gamble it in Vegas with some other drunk guy. Cool. What a great setup. This is why you're failing, Mersh. This is why you are now paying Rumble while attempting to sue Rumble. So who was it? Who's the strange bedfellow? What's going on? Here's the craziest part. Now, you have to remember toward the end of last year, up until the new year, okay, Mersh is on that downward trend. Everything's looking bad. His life is crashing down around him. This is before the repo. That's the absolute epitome of the nosedive. That's where he goes below flat broke. But it's already on a downward trend. Sister, dead. Rumble contract expired. And then another thing happened. And this is where PodAWFUL comes in. You see, right at the end of December, right towards the end there, some stuff starts popping off. And PodAWFUL starts popping off a little. And this infuriates the Mersh, because Mersh thinks he is the most famous he's ever been. And if you go to Twitter right now, the irony in all of this is Mersh's Twitter name is still at Gooning on Rumble. So not only is he promoting Rumble with his own username, a company he's currently trying to sue, but he's also promoting PodAWFUL by admitting he's a fucking goon.
Choo choo, all aboard the Retard Express.
So, when you go to his his Twitter, he's gooning on Rumble, all right? And he thought this was going to be his big comeback. He's been dead. Why did he start doing VR chat and making fun of Dr. Disrespect and all this? He was sure this was his ticket back. He was sure that this would bring him back to where he at the very least was before. Break even. Break even Mersh, they call him. And in the meantime, PodAWFUL, my account at PodAWFUL, my followers were really starting to grow. And a lot of really well-known people were joining the Pizza Fund. And Mersh sees all of this. The reason his eyes are so wonky and goofy is one of them's always on PodAWFUL. PodAWFUL's watching you, Mersh is watching back. When you stare long enough into the dead tooth abyss, it begins to stare back unto thee. So Mersh is seeing this, and he's seeing me make these connections with certain people and forging new friendships. And of course, then when we came back from the new year and I started doing the daily show, it really started to pop off. But right before the new year, I made a connection with somebody I had never spoken to before, somebody that I had known of and enjoyed their work for many years, and somebody that Mersh, by the way, had been making fun of for years, but would suck the devil's dick for a crumb of that clout, to borrow a phrase. Now, this was one and the same. This person is one and the same. This person became a big friend of the show. And I don't know why, but Mersh thought it'd be a good idea to swoop in and try to get this guy on his side before he became a PodAWFUL cult member. Now, of course, January rolls around, and Mersh finds out, nope, didn't work. January rolls around, and this guy is on PodAWFUL. And yes, we've already mentioned him tonight on the show. There was your foreshadowing. Ladies and gentlemen, Milo Yiannopoulos is, of course, our mole. Mersh is so stupid that he reached out to Milo Yiannopoulos on the same day and date that Milo started following PodAWFUL on Twitter.
Unless I have control of your TV set. Are you receiving me?
So, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Here's the big secret I've been sitting on. Mersh reached out to Milo, and Milo gave him essentially the polite British heave-ho. And Mersh didn't think anything of it when a month after Milo was on PodAWFUL, was wearing a PodAWFUL sweater, was promoting PodAWFUL. He didn't think anything of it when Milo reached back out to him and decided to form an alliance. It didn't even occur to you. Think, Mersh, think. how stupid you are. The idea of it even. Look how hard you have to try to match a fraction of my powers. Ah! Okay, so. Oh, this is a big one. I told you, this is going to be the craziest, most insanest. We're already at an hour free, by the way. I haven't even gotten into it. I'm going to give you a little bit. Let me give you a little bit. Okay, I'll give you a little bit. Why not? Here you go. Okay. Just to prove this is real, Dr. Disrespecting the Age of Consent. That's gooning on Rumble. Milo, you are a dude I've been following for years. Here comes the butter. He's trying to grease them wheels. You're a dude I've been following for years. You're a legend. You get things done. I avoided the grift right for years. That cringe pic of Ali, sex laptop, and Fuentes, and baked in Miami. Me and my co-host were supposed to be there. We opted to ditch it and hang in Miami with old friends. You don't know me because we were never glory-seeking F-slurs. Now, just to be clear, obviously what he's doing here is he's trying to go like, you and me, we're not too different, you and I. You, the formerly gay guy, me, Mersh. We have cats. I have your cat. Again, this is in December. He's trying so hard to groom Milo here. But I want my goddamn pound of flesh now. Rumble fucked me. They fucked us. How did they fuck? I don't know what this. I guess Milo has some sort of story with Rumble as well. I was going to try to get him on the show for this one, but I think he wants to sit this one out. And it's probably a good idea for what I'm about to do. But as much as I respect you, which instantly I was able to Google Revenge of the Sis, Milo Yiannopoulos, and find a clip of Mersh shitting all over Milo. As much as I respect you, I trust you like I trust a stripper who says she's on the pill. You're saying all of this stuff. This is like comedy she-man type messaging, by the way. You're saying all of this stuff before you even know if this guy is reading it. You haven't established a connection here at all. Why should he even care about what you got up to in Miami when you avoided becoming famous, by the way? Oh, you avoided Baked Alaska and Ali? Yeah, we saw you avoid Baked Alaska. Did you waddle away from Ali, or did you guys trade tips on rented babies? I don't know what sex laptop is, but that's something, I guess. You got to be, he's trying. This is Mersh showing his 2016 credentials. It's so embarrassing. I trust you like I trust a stripper who says she's on the pill. I need a lawyer. Bum, bum, bum. There it is. I need a lawyer. Now, why on earth does he think that Milo Yiannopoulos is the guy to get him a lawyer? I don't know, but Milo responds, I understand why. I need more time to go on. I need more to go on in order to help you. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Yikes. I went cross-eyed for a second. Oh, dear, I've gone cross-eyed. I need more to go on in order to help you, dear. Love. Darling. I need more to go on in order to help you, Milo says. And of course he does, because none of this means anything to anybody other than Mersh. This is a bizarre way to approach any man. Certainly Milo Yiannopoulos, a guy who's a little busy. Again, same day, same time frame that I became friends with Milo. He's contacting him for this. Now, you might have noticed I've got multiple tabs there. Not only do I have more DMs between Mersh and Milo, I've got emails. I have an email. I'll give you a quick little preview here of this one. I have an email here from Mersh to Milo. Here it is. There you go. That is so long and so filled with gay details, but it tells you everything that's been going on with Mersh and Rumble. Every juicy detail. Milo hit Mersh up. I literally got a DM from Milo going, "Who are these Revenge of the Cis people, darling? Explain them to me." And I had to sit there and explain every little detail about them. He's like, "Right, I'm not familiar with the oeuvre. My apologies." And Milo, on his own, just decided, you know what? I'm going to make PODAWFUL content. I'm going to troll Mersh for months and trick him into thinking that he's got a case against Rumble and that I've got lawyers that are going to help him out. This is what I've been sitting on for some time now. You want to see the full episode, join the Pizza Fund, PODAWFUL.pizza. And until next time, we're going live right now on the Pizza Fund. PODAWFUL.pizza. Switch over now. Have an awful day.
Sorry, nigga.
I'm Tom Gully, and you're watching Is This Live, the show.
This content right here
on the PodAwful TV network
is Pizza Fund's own.
PodAwful.pizza.
This shit is beefer. You're listening to Howdy Do with J. Crew.
PodAwful.pizza.
We got shooters in these streets.
Nigga.
Paddle インタラクション